Hey, what's up guys, TotallyDubbed here. Today I'm doing a video review on the Future Sound Lab Xylem earphones. So first of all, I'd like to thank iHeadphones for actually sending me this out for review. I was initially going to just do this on Amazon in terms of a written review, but I was so impressed by the sound and the overall package of the Xylem earphones that I had to make a video for you guys. The reason is these earphones come in at £10. Yes, £10, which is pretty much the price of a KFC bucket. It's also $15 on Amazon USA. You can find them the links to Amazon UK and Amazon.com in the links in the description below. So first of all, what do you get in this very small box? Well, you got a little manual which explains how to use the one-button remote. You got a pouch, yes, a really nice little pouch, which is actually quite nice. I might use this for my other earphones. And you've got three types of silicone tips: small, large, and medium, which can be found on the earphones themselves. In terms of the earphones, they're terminated by a straight 3.5mm gold-plated jack. Unfortunately, it's not a right-angle jack, but at its given price point, you can kind of accept it. It is a little bit weak in its strain relief over here, so when it comes to pulling out from your source, do not pull from here in order to ensure that nothing breaks. The earphones normally break in these type of points. Now, as you can see, these earphones are they do get tangled quite easily, and that's mainly because they haven't got any sort of cable management which prevents it being tangled as much. So unfortunately, this cable does get tangled. In terms of the Y-split, it's made out of some sort of metal material, and over here, when you go up, you've got that one-button remote. Now, the one-button remote I tested on my Galaxy Note 2. It worked by play, pause, answering calls, ending calls, and also going previous and next in music. So pretty much all the functionalities you'd want, apart from volume up and down, which is to be expected with certain one-button remote devices. And yes, it does have also a call functionality. It does have a microphone, and the microphone quality was actually quite good. When I tested it, the voice was clear, and again, at its given price point, I was actually quite amazed on how good the call quality was. As we move up on the earphones over here, as you'll be able to see, they look quite nice, and that's because of their wooden construction. They're very light, but they are pretty bulky. As you can see, in terms of size, they're reasonably big. In terms of microphonics, so that's cable noise, there was a little bit of cable noise, and that mainly came down from this little metal bit over here, but that can be very easily eliminated when you wear these over the ear, and that eliminates all sorts of cable noise. In terms of actual cable noise straight down, there's not that much, but there is a little bit, and that kind of annoys me. When you wear these earphones, you might hear a weird kind of cracking noise, and that is usually due to the ear tips hitting against the houser driving. That is a common occurrence with earphones which are quite big in size, so it's nothing too new for me. Actually, I'll leave the earphone tip out on that one. One thing that was missing is a left and right indicator, and unfortunately there is none. No matter how hard I looked, there was none. That said, it's pretty easy to know because the left earphone is the one with the microphone. I tested this via power amp. I changed the balance of the earphones, and it was very easy to see, easy to hear which one was left, which one was right. It's just a shame it wasn't noted there, but again, these are £10 earphones, so I don't really expect the world, but it would have been a nice little touch. Even just a little dot on one of the earphones just to indicate which one's left and right would have really helped. So overall, in terms of what you get in the package, I was extremely impressed, especially due to its pouch. And then in terms of the actual overall build of the earphones, I actually really liked them, despite having them quite hard to put in their ear tips. The overall build is good. They do tangle a little bit, but again, £10, what do you expect? I was very much impressed, and you know, I found £50 earphones, £80 earphones that have this similar build quality, but these come at £10. But what about its sound? The sound is obviously the most important bit. Now, the sound is what really made me make this actual video. It was extremely good, and it really surprised me on how good these sound. The low end was very nice, as it would have been, as I would have expected with an earphone that was made out of wood. Due to a wooden construction, as you know, in sort of subwoofers or actual speakers, it resonates better with the low end frequencies. And in this respect, the mid bass had a nice strong slam to them. It was very much pleasant to hear, and the sub bass was actually there as well. It wasn't like other earphones I've previously reviewed where the sub bass is non-existent. In this respect, the sub bass did exist, sorry, but it didn't really extend that much. Again, at its price point, I didn't really expect much, but the fact that it actually had some sub bass and extended to a certain degree was impressive as it is. Its its mids were actually affected by its mid bass, which is a shame, but it is again to be expected. With lower end earphones, you normally and naturally get this more V-shaped sound signature where you've got the low end, which is a bit more emphasized, and the highs, which are a bit more emphasized. The mids were recessed and they were kind of pushed back, but not as pushed back as I expected. I felt that the mids were actually decent. I was expecting a really recessed mid-range, especially at £10. You know, since when do you find £10 earphones with non-recessed mids, or a non-existent mid-bass or lows, you know, point blank, let's put it that way. So the mids were actually surprisingly good for their price and surprisingly good for the amount of mid bass you got. In no way would I consider these bass head earphones. They weren't overly bassy, but they were definitely capable of producing those low end tones. The highs were unfortunately rolled off, but again, it's to be expected. But they did sound sparkly and did give life to my music, which was always a nice sign. Now the Soundstage is what really surprised me. Due to its wooden construction, it had a really nice decay, and decay is when you hear like the sound kind of resonating through the earphone's housing, sorry. Due to them having reasonably big housings, and due to them being made out of wood or some sort of wooden construction, it made that the decay was really nice, and therefore it had a nice soundstage. The sound was quite nice and deep, just about enough for my liking. I would have liked it to be a little bit deeper, but again, £10, what do you expect? And wider. It wasn't as wide as I would have liked, so therefore for gaming I felt that, you know, sometimes I would have liked a little bit of a wider soundstage. Again, it's me really pinpointing out certain flaws, but when I look at the price, I can completely forget all about those comments because the soundstage is very good. It's not closed, it's not suppressed, unlike other earphones I've previously heard. It actually did sound very good. So overall, what do I think of the earphones? Well, they're sensational. £10, guys, come on, £10 or $15. What do you find for that price, especially audio terms? Very, very impressed. Not only due to its sound, not only due to its fact that it's got an inline mic, which is great for taking calls, but also due to its overall package. This little pouch over here, it might seem small to you guys, but most of the time, for £10, you would only find this. Maybe for about £30, £40, you might find only this. Finding a pouch like this that actually looks nice and actually does work in terms of transportation is brilliant, and I love having pouches like this. I can't stress how many earphones I've reviewed, which about 100 to 150 different earphones, that have not actually come with a soft pouch which I can put in my pocket. They come with a hard case, which is usually uncomfortable to put in your pocket, or a pouch which is completely useless. In this respect, you've got a nice pouch that comes with it. It seems very small, but at its price point, guys, you've got to remember, it's £10 and you're getting all of this, plus its sound. I was really impressed, and I gotta say, guys, you gotta check this out. £10, get it as a backup earphone, buy it as a gift. Whoever gets this will be happy with the sound they get. They'll think they're £50, £60 earphones. Heck, I've heard Beats earphones that don't even come close to them, and they cost around £100. It's that good. It's really that good, and I'm very honest when it comes to reviews, especially when it comes to sound, so I was very much impressed by the sound. I actually directly compared these with my Fisher Audio Consonants, and in some respect I preferred the sound that was coming out of these because of their decay and their soundstage. The mids on the FA Consonants were better, but the low end low end response, in terms of the mid bass response, was very nice and enjoyable on these wooden earphones. So overall, guys, definitely do check them out. Links will be in the description for the Amazon links. If you like this review, make sure you give it a like, comment, share, favorite, and obviously subscribe if you want to see more. Again, guys, I can highly suggest these. Definitely check them out. And again, £10, what do you get? Bloody hell. Alright, guys, totally dubbed out. Bye bye.